this is the kind of car I would have loved to have. Catmobile. Um, a lot of people think vigilantism is violence. I'm sure, games like this don't help that image. And, to be fair, there are some times when violence is kind of necessary, or maybe not as necessary as I thought it was at the time. But a lot of times when violence was involved in the vigilante. And, to be fair, it was kind of fun. Those were like the knife fight with Will Lane, I think was the funnest thing. Or no, maybe not. But the Easter egg hunts later, were really, really fun, I think. So maybe not the funnest thing, but one of the funnest things I ever did as a vigilante. And that was violence, He was trying to do some very nice things to her. And he ended up doing some time. He's still in prison for that. He was on the run for 4 years. He only got caught in 2025. Well, this is interesting. I think we're gonna, ah, oh, ah, okay. Well, then, um, hmm, this is gonna be an issue. But I never actually delivered a blow to him the entire fight. I blocked his blows with my blades, but he was the one making the attack, you know. But I would not deliver a blow of my own. In fact, with the exception of once to a dog, when I was fighting a pack of three stray dogs that were chasing people around the neighborhood that night in retaliation for being fed. Um, I never delivered a blow in a fight to anyone. All of my violence was performative, and defensive. I may pull the blades out in the attack position at first to make a show of what I'd be willing to do, but as soon as the fight began, I would flip them around to defensive position. And, you know, um, let's see how to do this. So even like when it came down to it, I never could hurt it. Self defense. I did, make a lot of people afraid and display sort of a way more aggressive demeanor than I really was at times. And that wasn't meant to be violent. Although at times, the fear was meant to change people's minds. And, I think in retrospect, it was wrong to try to use fear instead of love. Oh, of course, these are things like this you got to be mindful about it. Look at this view here, though. I mean, look at those. You don't get rain like this. up here in Colorado. Beautiful view. You don't get views like this. This is Chicago, but there's views like this around that part, like Indianapolis. Oh, there is a train coming, but I can get through, through there. All right. A game hat. Now let's go through one of those, and then we can use that as an opportunity to talk about, violence and fear. As Craig was one of the people in the safety program when I was there. He was the one that died when I was there. He had some kind of a heart condition like I do, and you know how they were, and they it came as a complete surprise to me when he passed. But he used to say, "Huh, weird." He used to say that you know you can choose love or you can choose fear. And then there's that book, Conversations with God, that the Lord wanted me to read all my life. I finally did the last time I did. He makes the same point in that book, that fear and love are the primary motivators for us. And you can always choose again. I did choose fear again after choosing love. But And I find myself doing that again because I wasn't capable of fear for a long time. Most of the time I was a vigilante, I was completely incapable of feeling fear myself. And although I did choose to inflict fear, and we just stole $420 from that poor woman, and we just talked about that in the last episode. Alrighty. But, you know, fear is tempting. This guy's about to feel a little fear right now. I always notice. It's like, can they get there? Nope, he didn't. And I can do it to him too. You might.
911, please state the nature of your emergency. Things are looking pretty bad out here. You guys better send some cops over.
Really. They're probably going to blame me automatically. Really. They're going to blame me? I had nothing to do with that. That was some people's explosions. You're going to think it's me and you're going to make me do my thing, the circle thing. Hey, you know what? That wasn't fair. I'm going to restart the mission. Send the cops on me like that. Like you had no reason to think I was the suspect, and yet you're having the cops looking for me just because there's explosions. That ain't fair. But I like that it's dark. I think I did install a mod in this game. You know, there was a mod that was to change the way to make the cops act more realistic. So instead of doing that thing that they were just doing, they would come investigate, which would have been nice if it actually worked. But they didn't come investigate. They just came right after me. So I was like, nope. At least with that, I have the chance to get out of it. I didn't learn anything, did I? Just blowing people up again. this guy could have a disabled vehicle. He does not. Oh, maybe I gotta get closer. Yeah, you gotta start thinking about when you're in a situation. There's a lot of thinking here. And I can't disable the reinforcement. And I can't find the target. There he is. Alright. Now I'm supposed to knock him down without the gun. I guess you did go out like that. Alright, well, that's another one down. The more of them we get down, the easier this gets. Uh-oh, this guy there. Uh-oh, they saw me. We gotta, we gotta regroup. They think I'm over there. Here we go.
Please state your emergency.
Oh, really?
Send whatever cops you can.
They're doing the cops again?
This is squad. We got a green light on CTOS search. Scanning for suspect now.
Oh, shit, they saw me.
Successful. Suspect located and marked.
Oh, there's the guy supposed to knock down. Let's do this. So, anyways, I guess, he was actively feeding her at the time, you know, and yeah, he definitely asked me if I was ready to die. He used the F word, and yeah, he was definitely trying to kill me. So, like, that was all self-defense and everything, but uh, it's recording my voice anymore because my headset just disconnected. Um, excuse me. So, interesting. Gotta do this one first. Right, there we go. And then, mhm. No, that's a lot. And also, I can't hear nothing in the game anymore either. So, uh, yeah, I think that was a problem for our situation here. I think I need to get to a safe one, get out of the game.